All right, we are ready to get this show on the road. Hello, everybody. This is Jon Mark, and we are here to have a good time tonight. We got some great entertainment up for you guys tonight. Just real quick, just to remind everybody what this is. This is our first Facebook fundraiser of all time, and what we're doing here tonight is raising money for your local food banks. Um, with the whole idea here is to raise money. So that's done in two ways. One, by you're buying a ticket or making a donation to get access to the stream tonight. The second way is you can go to the Facebook group that you got the invite on, and you can donate on that page or at jonmarkhogg.com. Any donations made through our campaign from 9 o'clock, from starting at 9 until the end of the show at 10 or around 10, we'll go to whatever local food bank you designate, or if you don't, we'll send it to the city that's the closest food bank that is the closest to where you live. These donations are all going through the campaign, and they are not tax deductible. So just kind of want to make sure everybody is aware of that at the time. Okay, you didn't come here to listen to me. This is a politics-free zone tonight, so we're just going to have some fun. We're going to start it off. I got some great music by our maestro, David Engelman.
Wrote her a letter when I'd known better and asked her to be my wife. Along came a fella and hit me on the smeller, and it almost took my life. Oh, that girl, the pretty little girl, the girl I left behind me, the rosy cheeks and the curly hair, the girl I left behind me. Rode ahead to the place she said, and always there you'll see. She said, I'm true when you get through, right back you'll find me. Oh, that girl, the pretty little girl, the girl I left behind me. Rosy cheeks and the curly hair, the girl I left behind me. The monkey and the frog, the turtle and the dog, the chick, the weasel and the flea, the fuzzy raccoon and the ugly baboon, they all got a wife but me. Oh, that girl, the pretty little girl, the girl I left behind me, the rosy cheeks and the curly hair, the girl I left behind me. Last night I slept in a sycamore tree with the wind and the rain all around me. Tonight I'll sleep in a warm feather bed with the girl I left behind me. Oh, that girl, the pretty little girl, the girl I left behind me. Rosy cheeks and the curly hair, the girl I left behind me. Oh, that girl, the pretty little girl, the girl I left behind me. Rosy cheeks and the curly hair, the girl I left behind me. Rosy cheeks and the curly hair, the girl I left behind me.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
There's a yellow rose of Texas going for the sea. No other soldier knows her. Nobody only me. She cried so when I left her. Like to put my heart It's the middle of March. I've been working from home. I know that it's May, just not sure which day. I say I don't mind, but that is a lie. I guess I'll go eat another piece of pie. Supplies are all gone. I need some TP. Right now I thank God for HEB. I'm seriously bored. I can't touch my face. I wait for the day I can leave this place. So many days have gone by in quarantine. I'm home all alone. I eat all the time, sharing sick memes on my Facebook feed. I live in a wheel where nothing seems real, and every day is just one long meal. I don't want this, it isn't fair, but at least I can work in my underwear. So many days have gone by. The only thing I really want is chips and salsa at a restaurant. I watched all of Tiger King because of our new friend COVID-19. Quarantine. So many days have gone by in quarantine. So many days have gone by.
Yeah.
All right. Now, next up, we have the wonderful Scott Sticker. If you've seen his video that I posted around, funny guy, comedian out of Austin, Texas, give it up for Scott Sticker.
Glycerin cover really spoke to me. It's my childhood was that band Bush. I loved that so much. Hi everybody, I'm Scott. I have a peanut allergy. That's how my mother would like me to start all my conversations. Happy to be here with you guys. I know I'm not actually with you guys. I am at home quarantined with my wife and kids. You all should be as well, not with my wife or kids, preferably at your own homes. Thank you. Don't know any of you. We're all strangers. Happy to see you though, even though your cameras are all off. I can't actually see any of you. Hope you guys are doing well during this quarantine. It's been interesting. I've never regretted having children, but this is the first time I've been absolutely jealous of everyone else who doesn't have kids. We have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, and it's been tough being home with them nonstop. But honestly, our 7-year-old is thriving in this. He's used this time to get creepy. We've been watching it happen right before our eyes. It's been fun. He recently started using the phrase "by nightfall." No, it's not a thing a normal kid says. That's super villain speak right there. That's what Bane calls nighttime, is what that is. I don't know. We're watching him get creepy. We got him a digital camera to pass the time. We looked at some of the movies he makes on this thing. Most of them are just him filming me and my wife when we don't know we're being filmed. Perfect. We're dead, right? What do we do? I don't know what to do. Lock up our knives, throw away our knives. We're an oatmeal family now. I don't know. This kid is getting creepy for sure. I put him to sleep the other night, to bed. I didn't. I helped him go to bed. I tucked him in. I read him a story. I'm a good father. That's what I'm telling you guys. I left the room. I closed the door. I wiped my brow. I was like, oh, thank God it's finally over. I looked up and he was back in the living room somehow. I said, it's never over, Daddy.
Wow.
Looked away. Yeah, wow is correct. I'm not used to being able to hear a wow from an audience member. I like this. It is refreshing to hear laughter, though. That's for sure. There's no laughter in this house. The story I read him was about dinosaurs, and he was super into it. He was obsessed. I had to tell him, though, dude, they're all dead. You're never gonna see one in a park or meet one in a zoo. And he was like, oh, no, they're coming back, Daddy. They're gonna eat all of us. Made that point yet. My wife tried to tell me he was making some point about fossil fuels. That seems like too many dots for a kid to incorrectly put together, right? A little too much. He's 7, and he started to get obsessed with death. They tell me this is normal for this age. It does not feel normal at all. Like I walked in his room the other day, and he looked up from his Legos and he said, Daddy, how am I gonna die? Dude, I don't know. I said the first thing that popped into my head was, I don't know, buddy. There's so many ways we all can die. It's not what you want to tell a kid who's headed towards supervillainy. It's not the direction you want to push them. He's processing this in at least kind of a cute way. He's a kid, so he does still process it kind of cute. Like he wrote me a song the other day. He told me he wanted to sing it to me. I'm going to sing it to you guys because I already feel insane in quarantine, so I'm going to sing to the camera. Strawberry fields forever, but not actually forever, because everything dies. Right, Dad? Pushing me to that grave, he is. The 2-year-old is also working on that, but just he's got a different method. He's a sugar-infused pony eating strawberry waffles, prancing in a field of lilacs. That is the energy that this kid is bringing to this family. If my 7-year-old heard me say that, he'd be like, well, actually, a pony would die if it ate waffles, and then vultures would feast upon its remains. Yeah. The 2-year-old wakes up every single day just aggressively happy, singing Frosty the Snowman at us. It's May and we're in a global pandemic. Take it down just a couple notches, please. No more Christmas songs. My 7-year-old just runs in the room every day. He's like, there's no such thing as talking snowman, and there's no such thing as souls. So, both of you chill out. Come on. My 2-year-old the other day, he looked at me and my wife, and he was like, I love Santa, but I still have room in my heart for you and Mommy. My 7-year-old was like, I only use my heart to make rational decisions, to pump blood to my head, to make rational decisions. I also love Santa. He's really smart, the 7-year-old. He's like one of the smartest kids I've ever met. He said he can read in Japanese. I mean, my wife is Japanese American. It's not like he was bored with English already or something. The progression makes sense. I went up to him the other day and I was like, hey, buddy, what's that book you're looking at? I closed it. The Japanese poem about frogs, Dad. You wouldn't understand this. I don't get him. He's too much for me. I'm glad. I trust me. I identify way more with the goth kid, though. That he gets me. I get him for sure. His before quarantine, his school had a thing called Sports Day, which was just an amazing example of how bad he is at all the sports. I loved it. It was great. I watched him run diagonally away from a kid chasing him with a baton, shouting, "I'm on your team." I was like, "Oh, that's a boy." I asked him at the end of the day what his favorite part of Sports Day was. He said, "I liked the bench." Oh, hell yeah, I can raise that. I get this. I can raise this kid for sure. He is gonna get sad in a few years, and he's gonna tell me he's an artist. That's cool. I pretend telling jokes to strangers about him as art. So we get each other for sure. We're in there. I don't know. I think he's smart because he asks so many questions. He's non-stop with the questions. Like the first thing he said to me this morning was, "Daddy, how do my eyeballs stay inside of my face?" I don't know, dude. Gravity? It's not gravity. It was too early in the morning. He asked me the other day, "Daddy, do snails have brains?" I was like, "Yeah, they're animals. They probably have brains." He said, "Actually, Miss Becky told me they had ganglia neurons." I was like, "Why are you testing me?" What is this, dude? You're on all the time. I haven't slept since this kid was born. Just up all night Googling the dumb questions he asks me. My Google history is insane. It's like, which animals have eyebrows? Are birds and iguanas friends? Why hasn't mommy left you yet? Just these questions this 7-year-old comes up with. He's not wrong. I'm a really weird dude. Like I don't know why she hasn't left me yet. I grow hair on my ears, on the tips. I rub my belly when I talk to people. When we listen to music, instead of nodding my head like a normal person to the beat, I intermittently clench my butt cheeks to the rhythm. Some weird, disgusting metronome. I can't stop. I'm doing it right now. I can't stop. It is absolutely the worst part of me. That's probably not even true. I'm glad she's sticking with me though. We're really different. My wife and I, super different. She grew up in New York City, and I grew up here in Texas. And every time we go back to New York, that city tries its hardest to break me. And I just irresponsibly bring my Texas nice attitude there. Just maintain eye contact with everyone on the street. Just smile at them occasionally. It makes them even angrier than they already were. It's amazing. Anytime I'm accidentally rude to a stranger in Texas, my wife gets so excited. She's like, "Oh, that was so New York of you." Like, I don't understand. It's not like anytime she's nice to a person, I'm like, "Oh, that was so Texas of you, baby." At least I don't think I do. If she's ever nice to someone, I'll let you know. That's not. My wife is an incredibly nice person. She's just way tougher and stronger than me. I'm just jealous. I'm acting out. That's what's happening. She is actually super tough and super strong. We none of the qualities I have. Thankfully, we're together. We met when we were working together at an animal sanctuary. I was rescuing animals. I'm a Disney princess. If there was any problem noticing that through Zoom or anything like that, she was building habitats for these animals. She's like the tiny 5'3" Gaston to my Belle is what she is. I met her. She was holding a chainsaw, cutting branches off of trees for monkeys to climb on. And I was like, "Is that safe? That chainsaw is bigger than you." She turned it off. She looked at me. She said, "Scott, Wolverine was 5'3" too." She turned it back on and chopped down the whole tree. And I was like, "Oh God, protection." And she does. She protects me. It's very sweet. She mostly protects me from our children, which is necessary. They're a lot. They're too much for me. The 2-year-old wouldn't sleep the other day. Wouldn't take a nap. So we took him for a car ride. That's what you do when your sanity is more important than the environment. You take them and drive them around, get them to sleep. I put both of my kids in the car. I was like, "All right, dude, we're going to get this 2-year-old to sleep, and then we are going to go hang out." And just as he was closing his eyes, the 7-year-old leaned over in his face and said, "Wake up. Time to scream." And it was time for everyone in that car to scream. I don't know. My wife and I don't have chats during this quarantine. We have like planning committee meetings. That's all we get. We plan the days and then break. That's it. She also confirms my age. I tend to forget that. That's like the only talks we have is like, how old am I? I'm 34, it turns out. Which, like, I know I'm not old. I'm aware that I'm not old, but like weird things are happening and I don't like it. Like 34 was the first year that I went to a barber and they shaved the tops of my ears non-consensually. I did not ask for this service. That she just muttered something about hobbits and shaved my ears. I took a poll recently of all my friends who are the same age and older. This has never happened to anyone else. It's upsetting. That's what I'm saying. I went to the grocery store the other day and the clerk was like, unprompted, "Sir, the coupons will come off at the end of your order." And I was like, dude, I didn't say anything. I have a resting discount face now. That's what's happening. This all happened when I turned 34. I just don't know what to do anymore. My wife also, no one cares when you're sick, when you're 34. When you're a kid, they love it. And when you're old, they're afraid you're going to die. But when you're 34, no one cares about you. My wife gets excited because she gets to practice her spells on me or whatever. Like I got sick recently. It wasn't COVID. Don't worry. That's fine. I got sick recently and she was like, she got giddy. She was like, "Oh, good." And she crushed up garlic and barley malt in a spoon and shoved it in my mouth. And I immediately vomited. And she was like, "Cool, it's working." No, you're just giving me other ailments. Like I'm not the kind of dude who expects my wife to dote on me or care for me when I'm sick, but don't prank me. That's rude. I don't know. I like being a dad though. It's fun. Like I'm good at it. Like I mulched a garden this morning. I live in an apartment. I just loaded up a wheelbarrow and went down. I call them wheelbarrows now. I love being a dad, you guys. I really enjoyed a U2 song this morning. I love being a dad. It's the best. I like it because I'm good at it, and I'm good at it because I had a good dad. I had an amazing role model. My dad was such a good dad that he fathered a whole nother family, you guys. A secret family. He couldn't stop fathering. It was his passion. He had too many family values for one family. That's how we like to look at it in the Sticker one of the Sticker family households. I don't know. I work for an environmental nonprofit, which is fun here in Texas. We can be tough. We do good work though. We clean the marshes so that ducks can breed in those marshes, so that rednecks can go murder those ducks. I work with an environmental lawyer who says the word "especially," which just proves we can all be anything if we put our minds to it. It feels good. It's uplifting. I love it every single day. My favorite part of this state is East Texas. I love East Texas so much. There's so much weirdness out there. Like you can drive for hundreds of miles and see nothing. And all of a sudden happen upon the biggest pecan store you've ever seen in your life. And you're in some like bigger than any IKEA you've ever shopped in. You're in some weird town called Go in the pecan store and there's Jeremy waiting to sell you some pecans. There is no COVID-19 in Jeremy, Texas. That's the kind of town this is. It's good. They only exist because of pecans. Like they have their own pecan-based economy, if you will. So much. I grew up here, was born and bred. It's my favorite. My absolute favorite part, though, of growing up in Texas was Texas high school history class. I don't know if any of y'all were born in this state and got to experience the beauty of a class, but the best thing about it was this has never happened in a comedy club. I've never had an echo. This class was amazing. The textbook for this class was just a 280-page list of all the places that Texas is bigger than. Anytime the teacher would call out a state that fit inside of Texas, everyone had to give a little yip, yip. Every time Texas was bigger than a country, we had to give a little yip. Every time Texas was inside of a country more than 7 times, we all had to pull out our pistols, shoot them in the sky, and yell, "France sucks!" Love this state so much. Guys, this was a great time. I really appreciated being a part of this. Good luck with everything. Make lots of donations. Right now is the chance. They're going to go to your food banks. It's good stuff. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Good night.
Yay! Yeah.
All right, we are back, and you see, I got light now. I was trying to go for the whole cool mood lighting thing, but it just looked like I was Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now, so I just didn't go with it. All right, next up, my good friend Carter Anderson. Carter Anderson and I met on the stage at Angelo's Civic Theater, and he's one of the funniest guys I know. After leaving Angelo State, he went up to Portland and had some great success in the comedy circuit up there. Now he's back in Texas, so give it up for Carter Anderson.
Yeah.
Woo!
Diversity. There we go. It's gonna happen eventually. Oh man. I really want to thank John for putting me on this thing. It's really exciting. I also want to point out that it is absolutely insane that anyone running for office would think that I would be a good comedian to put on your charity show. That's a horrible idea. Like, what are you gonna do after this, John? Gonna get driving lessons from a blind person? Are you gonna get relationship advice from Chris Brown? Like, you gonna? All right. So, I can't see the audience members, but I know you're there. I can hear your laughter already. That's a good sign. Are any of you tall? Are any tall people in the audience? Tall people. All right, cool. Tall people. I'm tall too. I'm 6'5". Do you feel like because you're tall, because you're kind of a bigger person, you don't get upset about as much stuff? You just let it go.
Oh.
You know, it's beneath you.
It's been
Literally beneath you. Okay, now where are my short people at, though? Where are my short people at? Where are my short people at? You angry ass, homicidal, psychotic, Unabomber ass people. I'm terrified of short people. They make me uncomfortable. They give me diarrhea. It's not okay. Like, it's really. I'm terrified because short people have no patience. They don't have any patience at all. Okay, I'm 6'5" and I'm about 230 pounds. Okay, anger and anxiety and all of those feelings, they go inside of me just like everybody else, but they have a lot of places to go. Anger will stop on my belly and I'll be like, you know what, maybe I need to calm down. You know, we're at a Whole Foods. There's a lot of white people here. You know, take it easy. Meanwhile, with short people, all those feelings that just go inside and just spin around like a vortex. It doesn't have anywhere to go. That's how you get people like Joe Pesci, get like that. You get like Napoleon and stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is that if you're a guy and you're under 5'5", you shouldn't get married. Like, you shouldn't do it, okay? And I could see some of you pulling back. I can hear it. I don't care. Stay your short ass alone forever, okay? Don't do it. You can't be in a relationship, okay? Because there's no way you're not going to yell at your spouse, okay? Can we talk about this? There's no way you're going to yell at them over burnt Salisbury steak and lumpy mashed potatoes because you're too small a person and you can't deal with them emotionally. I dated a girl a couple years back when I was in Portland, who was 4'11", and that sounds adorable, but it was abusive. She would hit me all the time. It was a terrible relationship. She would hit me like it was terrifying, and I would tell my friends about it, and they wouldn't believe me because she was 4'11". One time, she punched me in the face. She straight up, boom, right in the face. And a lot of you were like, oh my God, that's so terrible, Carter. I hope you're okay. But the rest of you were like, how?
Yeah, exactly.
How did she punch you in the face? She got up on a stool, you guys. She got up on a stool and she punched me in the face. Here's what's messed up about that story. I helped her on the stool. Because she was having trouble. I thought she was going to fall. I was like, here you go, babe. I got you. Ah, it was horrible. But anyway, that's the only domestic violence joke I have. The rest of them are pretty chill. I was at HEB, of course. I was at HEB the other day, and the guy checking out my groceries, he was like, hey, man, are you having like some kind of party or something? And I looked at him weird. I was like, no, we're in the middle of an epidemic. I'm not having a party. But then I looked at what I had, and I had 5 party-sized bags of potato chips. So I had to say yes. Yes, I'm having a party. Like we're doing it long distance though. I'm flinging the chips at everyone. He's like, hey man, how many people are going to be at this party? And I was like, I hadn't thought of a lie yet. So I was like, I don't know, man. It's just going to be lit though. And he just kept on asking more and more questions, more and more informed questions about this party. And then I realized, oh no, this fake checkout guy at HEB wants me to invite him to the fake potato chip party. And I almost did it. I almost invited him. I almost had a fake party for this stranger. He had a man bun, so I couldn't do it. Because I don't care what kind of party I'm having, fake or real, Carter got standards. That's a joke. I want to share something with you guys. I saw something very, it was interesting. It wasn't really odd. It was just interesting. I saw 2 blind people. I see blind people all the time. They're around. They're out here. But it was a couple. It was a couple. They were clearly like a couple. They were holding hands and, like guiding themselves to safety. And they're very sweet. But I noticed that they were a blind couple, but they were also an interracial couple. So they were a blind interracial couple. Nothing wrong with that. Both of those, groups have, been oppressed over the years. They've had their hard times and they deserve their due. My question is, and I think this is a completely reasonable question, do they know that they're an interracial couple? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this, especially if you're in a relationship right now. When did you ask your partner what skin color they is? Okay? When did that come up? Was that ever appropriate? I can see, and like everyone that I've dated can see. I've never asked her, hey, you white? You can't do it. You can't do that, What if they really realize it later? What if they have no idea and they just realize it later? A couple kids in, a marriage in, they're in it. They're just chilling, listening to The Office on Netflix, and then he happens to say, "Man, that's some white people stuff right there." And she's like, "Well, I mean, what do you mean by that? I mean, it's some white people stuff." Well, I mean, don't you mean like our stuff? No, I'm black. What are you talking about? And then she's just comes to a realization like Sally Fields at the end of Mrs. Doubtfire, when she's just like, the whole time. that's where I am currently with that joke. That is why I put it at the beginning of this set, so that I could put other jokes under it to recover.
Wow.
Okay, that's what I do. I'm out here in this quarantine, so I got Disney Plus. So I watched Lion King recently. Give it up if you remember Lion King. Woo! Oh my gosh, love it so much. Classic. I'm talking about the real Lion King, not the one that they rebooted with Donald Glover. I love him, but not as Lion King. But I have one criticism for the movie Lion King as a whole, and this is the only one. Besides that, it's a pretty perfect movie. So Mufasa's parents, not Simba's parents, but Mufasa's parents, so Simba's grandparents, Mufasa's parents had 2 little baby cubs, all right? One of them, they named Mufasa, which deadass means king. That's what that word means. The other one, they named Scar. Which means scar. That's all that word means. Like, what did they think was going to happen? There's definitely going to be some sibling rivalry there. I did some research for this joke, and it turns out that Lion King was actually based on a children's book series of the same name. And in the book series, Scar's name wasn't Scar, it was Taka. Taka is a Swahili word, which means trash.
Oh, wow.
I feel like that's so much worse than Scar. That's like really bad. Could you imagine like hanging off of a cliff for your dear life as a lion, and you climb up and you see your brother and you call out to him, trash! Help me, brother! He's looking down at you like, I would have knocked him off too, man. Screw him. You're dead. You're dead, Mufasa. I'm going to kill your son too. Hyenas all day. Wu-Tang. Get out of here. That's my motto out here. In this like apartment complex that I live at, a lot of people have cats. So anyone in the audience have cats? Any cat owners?
Woo!
All right, cool. I'm gonna make fun of cats. Cats suck. I hate them. Cats are awful. Cats are terrible animals, and they don't respect you. That's the problem. They don't respect your face. They don't respect your stuff. They don't respect your house or apartment or townhome, because cats are the New York mobsters of the pet world. That's what they are. Every time a cat walks into a living room, it's like a family-owned business that they're going to use to launder money. They just come in there and they're like, hey, nice little establishment you got here. Look at what you're doing here. Look at all this. You're doing really well for yourself. How about this? You know, it'd be really unfortunate if something were to happen. To all this nice, fancy stuff you got here. Look at this. Oh, it's so nice and shiny. Whoops. Oh, how clumsy of me. I'm so sorry. Yeah. You know, back when I was a kiddie, they used to call me Butterfingers because I killed people. Just gonna keep my face like this for a while. Cats are awful. I don't know. Cats are fine. It's fine. Let's see. I another fun story for you. So, I guess this isn't super light, but a friend of mine came out of the closet to his entire family. He came out of the closet to his family, and his entire family disowned him. And it was just, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't believe it. He told me about this, and I was like, holy crap, man, I can't believe that. I had no idea. I had no idea at all. So you're telling me that all I have to do to get rid of my family is tell them that I'm gay? That's it? Like, I don't have to provide paperwork or anything? No proof or a test? No? I'm going to tell him tomorrow. That's awesome. Finally. But knowing my luck, my family would be incredibly supportive. Set me up with someone at the work that they think is gay. Then it'd just be two incredibly straight dudes at Applebee's together. Fighting over a 2 for $20. Really would be great. Let's see. I want to talk about my family a little bit. I moved out. I was out in Portland, and then I moved out to Austin so I could be a little bit closer to my family. My family lives in San Antonio. I wanted to be close, but I didn't want to be too close, okay? I figured an hour distance is a good little buffer zone, you know, especially in this pandemic. I might have had to stay with them if I was over there. So I love my family, but not like survive the end of the world with them, love them. You know, it's a, you know, they cool though. They're all right. My dad, one thing that he likes to do, he likes to ruin movies. That's what my dad does. My dad is in his 50s and he grew up in Chicago and Decatur, Illinois back in the 60s and 70s. And that is where old black men go and then grow up to ruin movies. That's what they grow up to end up doing. That's their whole MO. We went to go and see the movie The Matrix together. You all remember The Matrix. Great movie. It's almost like 20 years old now. We all went together as a family. I was like 11. And it got down to the Neo Morpheus pill scene, you know, the infamous pill scene in The Matrix. And Mr. Lawrence Fishburne was like, "This is your last chance, Neo. After this, there is no turning back. Take the blue pill, you wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. But if you take the red pill, I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes." And then my father yells out, "Well, what if I take both of them? Then what happens?" I was like, "Dad, we can't come to the movies anymore. This is why they don't let black people do nothing. This is why. You're why. You're the reason. Hello." I don't know. But my dad, I don't know. He just grew up in a different time. He grew up in a different time, and that's why he acts different than I do, obviously. You know, like my dad is an old head now. For those of you who don't know what that term is, an old head is someone that reminisces about the past, but in an annoying, obnoxious way. That's what my dad likes to do all day, every day. Man, what you know about the Earth, Wind, and Fire? You don't know nothing about no Earth, Wind, and Fire? Man, what you know about that Stevie Wonder? You don't know nothing about no Stevie Wonder? What you know about that Soul Train? You don't know nothing about no Soul Train. It's annoying. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm concerned because I'm 33 now. I'm getting older, and you know, ideally, God willing, someday I'm going to be my father's age, and so I'm going to be an old head too. But I'm going to do it differently because I grew up with different stuff than what my dad grew up with, clearly. So I'm going to be like, "Man, what you know about that SpongeBob SquarePants? You don't know nothing about no SpongeBob SquarePants. Boy, what you know about that Powerpuff Girls? You don't know nothing about no Powerpuff Girls. Boy, what you know about that Bill Nye the Science Guy? You don't know nothing about no Bill Nye the Science Guy. You wasn't being educated while you was being entertained. Boy, you don't know nothing about no Boy Meets World. You wasn't messing with Topanga."
Topanga.
I wrote that entire joke just so I could say, "Messing with Topanga?" Like that's winning in my career. That's what we call that. I am single during the epidemic, which is rough. You know, not a whole lot of hits on Bumble. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not crying. I'm just something in both my eyes. It's okay. It's kind of rough, but I don't know. It's I don't know. Dating has just never really gone that great for me, as you can see from the glasses. One time a girl swiped my face to the left. It wasn't on Tinder. She just took my face and was like, no, not today. I was like, oh, okay, could I still get my sandwich, please? I was at an Arby's drive-thru and I wanted to take my shot still, you know. Sometimes on girls' profiles, on women's profiles, I notice a trend. I notice that they'll always say something at the beginning of their profile that goes like this. If you are a liar or a cheater, move it along, pal. Move it along, pal. Which is some lame shit to open with. And I don't think that's a good deterrent. That's not going to stop liars and cheaters from trying to talk to you. They're liars and cheaters, sweetheart. No liar and cheater's going to see that and be like, oh, she don't want no liars and cheaters? Damn. Well, I guess I'm going to move along then to my line of cheating elsewhere. I don't know why he's hitchhiking now. He was on his phone and just, I don't know. He's probably going to see that and be like, oh, she don't want no liars and cheaters? Well, I guess I'm going to do a really good job of lying and cheating then and not get caught. Challenge accepted, Linda. Like that's... Fun fact, Lindas get cheated on the most, okay? Everyone knows this. This is science. We all know this. Lindas get cheated on the most. We all know this. I'm a walrus. Okay. I'm getting older, and I can tell because I really hate talking to younger people. I hate talking to like 20-year-olds, and when they tell me their problems, their little stupid 20-year-old problems, I want to hit them with my ring hand. I don't wear rings, but I want to buy them and hit them with them. The things that they complain about, like, here's a conversation that I had with my friend Alex. My friend Alex was like, man, why haven't they released all of the seasons of Blackish on Hulu yet? This sucks, man. My life is awful. Shut up. Shut up. Remember VHS? Remember having to wait so long after the movie left the theater for it to get on video? It seemed that like they had to put it on each individual tape themselves, like the movie companies. Steven Spielberg. I hate tape. Why? There's not a way to mass produce this? No, keep going. So terrible. I remember waiting 8 years to see City Slickers 2. These kids out here complaining. It's upsetting. I don't like it. See, I was driving the other day and I accidentally cut this guy off. I cut him off like really bad. It was horrible. Like I just wasn't paying attention. But you know, I tried to apologize. I was like, I'm sorry. You know, when you're in another car, so you can't. I drove past him. The guy caught up to me, rolled his window down, yelled a racial slur to me, and then drove away. And that was horrible. It was extra horrible because that dude was driving a Prius. I was like, yo, man, are you being racist and environmentally conscious at the same time? How you like dolphins but don't like black people? How's that work? Like, you know, we can do tricks too. We can jump through hula hoops. We can bounce a ball on our face. We can do anything. I could do anything a dolphin could do. That's what my dad would always tell me. He was very, very supportive in that way. I was pondering the other day. I was thinking about this on if you guys like feel like this is just totally off the handles, like, feel free. I can take the criticism. I can take it. But do you ever sit and think that the Grinch hated other holidays besides Christmas? Like, do you think that he was just like, man, I hate Martin Luther King Day, dog. I hate it. Getting together, marching. Stupid. Man, forget St. Patrick's Day. The Irish don't even drink like that. That's the one day they don't drink, you idiots. Because you know that the Who's were turning up for every single holiday. You understand? It wasn't just for Christmas. That was obviously their favorite, sure. But they were turning up for every single holiday. They were turning up for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Shark Week, Truck Month. They were getting turned up for Truck Month for sure. Okay. Just imagine the Who's all like holding hands around a Dodge Ram 1500. Just like all these steels and all these trucks, ARP and no money down. Like they were just having a good time, man. I once again, I have Disney Plus, so that's pretty much the end of my comedy career. I don't need it. I can just watch Disney Plus now, so whatever. Because they got Marvel on there, and I can just watch all of the like Avengers movies where the bad guys actually kind of had a good point. Like, just that's all they're doing now is just because back in the day, I grew up with like the older like crazy like movies, all the superhero movies. And back then, all of those bad guys were stupid. And they all had really stupid ideas. Like the Joker'd be like, I'm going to take over the city. Really? That's stupid. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to take over an entire city? You know how much paperwork goes into running a city? Are you prepared to handle waste management? Could you imagine if the Joker ran Gotham during this pandemic? He would kill himself, He would hate his life. He'd be like, oh, okay, we have to do. People are protesting the mask. Why are they? I know I'm insane, but that's stupid. I hate being the Joker. But now, like, the bad guys are like, they all have kind of a good point. Like the Killmonger at Black Panther. Black Panther was an amazing movie, okay? Like, straight up, if you don't like that, then you're racist. I don't make the rules. I just make up the rules. That movie was so amazing, but Killmonger kind of had a good point. Like, we're being oppressed by these people because they have weapons that are unimaginable. If we have unimaginable weapons too, then we could at least defend ourselves, give ourselves a clean slate. And then just like, T'Challa is like, no, we can't do it. We cannot do it. No, that's a dead on impression, by the way. But yeah, he was like, Killmonger was so right on that we had to, in the middle of the movie, have him choke a woman to remind us, oh yeah, he's the bad guy. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe his ideas are kind of crazy. Exhibit B, Thanos. Now, like, you look at everything that's happening now and you realize, oh man, it would be kind of tough if like half of the universe was gone. But I don't know. I'm a comedian and I do a lot of shows and I also do a lot of open mics. Open mics, like, it's open, so everyone goes there. There are times when I sign up for an open mic and I'm like 38th, okay? I'm just saying, if like Thanos had his way, I would be like 16th, I'm not sure if that's like the halfway point between 38 and I don't know. I took my last math class 10 years ago, so I don't have to do that anymore. You can't make me. I also didn't like it. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I was like, let's just do it anyway. This next joke is about soda water. What are y'all doing, white people? Come on. What? Why is that a thing? Why is soda water? I came to Portland back in 2015, and that is when I was reintroduced to soda water. I had never seen this before. Someone gave me a LaCroix, and I was like, what is this? And they were like, this is what you drink now. And I was like, I don't want to drink this. And they were like, drink it. I drank it. It tasted like Sprite gave up on itself. It tastes like, you know, when you like sit on your hand for too long and it gets numb and it goes off. That's what an entire brand of drink tastes like. That's just, I don't understand. That's like, you know, I don't know. I've forgiven slavery. I'm like, you know what? It happens. You know, what are you gonna do? But soda water, that's where I'm just like, I'll never forgive y'all for that. That's just that's forever beef right there. This next joke is about Bernie Mac. Clap if you remember Bernie Mac, man.
Woo!
Love him so much. I miss him. He was just amazing. He's one of the reasons that I got into comedy. I knew that I couldn't necessarily relate to what he was talking about, but the stuff he was talking about was absolute genius. You know, he just it was amazing because some of the times you couldn't even understand what he was saying. Like you kind of had like a bit of a speech impediment, you know.
Right.
It's like he was playing Scrabble with no letters. Like it was just amazing, you know. It'd just be like, I'm a hair hum right now. I'm a hair hum. And he is. And you were just like, oh man, that's relatable. Totally. I wish that he had lived a little bit longer, because then the movie Selma would have been way better. That was the movie about Martin Luther King Jr. If Bernie Mac was cast as Martin Luther King, that movie would have been amazing. It would have went from great to greater to the most greatest. Okay, just amazing movie. I could have seen the previews now, like, in a world filled with racism, one man will make a difference. I'm a hair hum. I'm a hair hum right now. I'm a hair hum. I'm a hair hum racism. I'm a hair hum this nation. Who was hair? Motherfucking kiss my ass. I'm a hair hum. I'm a fucking dream. And a white man and a black hair. And on a bus together. I'm a hair hum. And also with Chris Tucker as Malcolm X. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Damn. That's the best I could do as far as impressions. Like, you know, that's what I get paid the big bucks for. It really goes well. I think I'm gonna do one more thing for you guys. So I've been black for a while now. Since college. And but I've always sounded like this. I've always sounded like I'm about to audit a family-owned bakery. That's the energy that I give off. And I used to get made fun of really viciously by kids like in middle school and high school. They'd be like, yo, you talking white. You over here talking white. You try to talk white like these white folks. You talking white, Carter. And I would try to explain to them that it's speaking white. Very good. It's a grammar joke. Very good. Yeah, don't do that. Do not correct the bully's grammar. They don't like it. One of my friends asked me a very interesting question. He was like, hey, Carter, if you had the opportunity to be temporarily white, would you do it? Be white for a weekend? And I was like, that's such a weird question. Who starts a conversation like this? But I thought about it. I was like, you know, I'm very proud of being black. I'm black and I'm proud. And I feel very blessed and honored to wake up in this body every single day. And I think that everyone should be proud of who they are and what race they are and where they came from. and, be accepting of everyone else's cultures. But to answer that person's question, yes, I would totally do it. I would totally be white for a weekend. A weekend? A weekend of being white? That'd be great. I wouldn't want to be a white man, though. I wouldn't want to be a white male and be awkward online. I wouldn't want to do that. No. No. I would want to be a white girl. That sounds awesome. White girls have the best day ever every single day. They're always having so much fun. Everything is an adventure to a white girl. Going to Rite Aid is an adventure to a white girl. They're always having the most amazing time. And I can tell because white girls do not say yes, and white girls do not say yeah. White girls say yas. Oh my God, yas. Let's do some Molly and go to a Wiz Khalifa concert. Yas. Let's do some shrooms and go on a road trip in a Nissan Versa. Yas. White girls are ridiculous, man. White girls are the only creatures on this earth that are allowed to say, you know what? I really don't believe in God, okay? I don't believe in anything. I'm not religious. I'm not even spiritual. No, seriously. Oh, wait, you're Sagittarius? I'm a Scorpio. Yes! White girls love every single mundane activity. White girls love Snapchat, and Snapchat is stupid. It is a stupid, pointless $1 billion worth app. I hate it. But they love all the filters. That's what they get them. They're like, oh my God, I'm a puppy. Oh my God, I'm a kitten. Oh my God, I'm a mermaid. Oh my God, I'm a beekeeper. Yes! White girls will take your glasses, take your very real glasses, take the prescription glasses off of your face, put them on their face, talking about, oh my God, how do I look? And then I'm like, I don't know, Amanda. You took my glasses and now I can't see. And they're like, oh my God, I'm a nerd, Big Bang Theory, Bazinga, yes! Guys, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Vote for Jon Mark Hogg, and please make sure to donate to the food shelter. You guys have been excellent, and I've been Carter Anderson. Thank you.
Woo! Carter!
Carter! Way to go, Carter. Give it up for Carter.
There it is.
Okay,
Seriously.
everybody, thanks for attending. We're going to wrap it up. Do not forget, we're still available as long as the show is going. Go online and donate to your local food bank for us. And we're going to wrap it up with some classics from the Jon Mark Hogg for Congress page. Take it away, candidate for the Hill.
Yep. I'm running for Congress as a Democrat. Yep. I'm running for Congress as a Democrat. Yep. I'm running for Congress as a Democrat.
Running for Congress as a Democrat.
Yep. Yep.
Running for Congress as a Democrat.
Yep. Yep.
I'm running for Congress as a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Running for Congress as a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks everybody for coming. I hope you had a great time. Now, if you 15 minutes, you can go catch Saturday Night Live and see what's going on. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night. Bye.
Thanks. Awesome.
Woo!
Thank you.
See y'all.